Let's now talk about scalar implicature. Scalar implication is also a special kind of generalized conversational implicature, which implies certain scale of value in order to imply the meaning of the items used in a conversation. For example, if I say few people participated in the party, that means not all people, not all invited people participated in the party. So we could see few and all on a scale. In such implicature, when one is used, it is implied that other was not present there. If I say all people invited participated in the party, that means that no one was absent. So we can see such a use of such constructions on a scale. That's why we usually call such implicature as scalar implicature. It is also known as quantity implicature, based on the use of an informationally weak term in an implicational scale. So we can divide things on a scale. Some things can be weaker and the other can be stronger. For example, some is a weak part of the scale, whereas all or whole can be the strong part of the scale. In order to see this implication in detail, we can have a look at the example in front of you. Some professors are famous. When we say some professors are famous, it implies not all professors are famous. That only few professors or some professors are famous usually, and a large chunk of professors are not famous as we know them. So the use of some in this example implies not all. So this can be seen on a scale, and that's why, as I said a while ago, people call such implicature as scalar implicature. Similarly, in the utterance like some of the boys went to the party, the word some implicates not all of the boys went to the party. And similarly, some other terms like some, none, all form a scale in which we could compare these terms, and we can see that which exists and which doesn't. As I said earlier, some shows that not all. When we say all, that means not some, rather all. So this can be seen on a certain level and on a certain scale. Some classical examples of such scalar implicatures can be seen in form of numerals. When we say 1, 2, 3, when we say specific quantity, that means not the other quantity. When we say 5, that means not more than 5. 5 boys were present there. That means 5 and not more than 5, right? In such situations, these numerals help us to implicate whatever we say 5, 4, it implicates the absence of other numerals. Similarly, the modal expressions like necessarily, possibly, must, should, may, they imply the absence of others. For example, when I say you should or you must do it, that means that you should do it on urgent basis. And if I say you may do it, that means you have a choice to do it or not to do it. In this situation, we can see that on a scale. We have connectives like and, or, adverbs like always, often, sometimes. When I say he visits me sometimes, that means not often, not always. When I say he always comes to see me on Eid, that means always and not sometimes. Then we have degree adjectives hot, warm, and verbs of ranking, for example, know, believe. And we have the completion words like start, finish. When we say finish, that means not start. It's complete, not incomplete. When we say start, that means it's not finished. So we can see that on a rank. There are some more examples there to make this point or to elaborate this point further. Example 1 says, the participant A says, do you have 3 extra paper clips? Participant B here says, I have 2. That implies that he does not have 3 extra paper clips, or he misses 1. I mean, the need is of 3, but he has 2 and not the one which would make it 3 as required by the participant A. Similarly, in the second example, we can see the participant A says, do you think the Brazil will win? Participant B says, it's possible. That means it's not certain that Brazil will win. So we can see that on a scale of certainty: possible, more possible, certain, etc. We could develop a scale of such things based on our information, and they can help us to implicate the meanings of such words in a generalized conversational implicature category. So overall, such implicatures do help us to see things and their meanings, their implied meanings, based on our knowledge of its relative or its scalar terms available on a certain scale.